Back at Oran Park Raceway, the grand final of the Shell Ultra High Touring Car Nationals continues. 22-year-old Glen Seton in the Peter Jackson Nissan Skyline leads teammate George Fury. Jim Richards runs in third. The positions have not changed, and nor has the wet weather.
Light but persistent rain coming down now, and it's about decision time, I think, for some of these drivers regarding tyre change. The frantic preparations going on down in the pit area as most of the crews get ready. And look at the way it's closed up. Seton, Fury, Richards virtually nose to tail now with 19 and a half laps remaining. Look at the cloud, black and threatening overhead at Oran Park. The track already a little greasy, already carrying a lot of rubble, dust, debris, is becoming on the greasy side. Especially over the back there. It seems a little damper over that back side of the course.
The race certainly has everything here today. Glen Seton comes down to Castrol Corner. Here comes Richards and makes the move on the inside of George.
Listen to the crowd. They like it.
They know what's happening. George really caught offline that time, and that was over in a swoop. One swoop as the Rainmaster Richards makes the run at the race leader, Glen Seton. Fury gets back on the pace. Comes down here under brakes on Jimmy Richards. But Richards was just too alert.
Breathtaking passing manoeuvre there by Jim Richards. Really, I think, caught George Fury napping.
And that is not doing anything for the confidence of Glen Seton. Seton comes up, putting a lap on Finnegan, and Fury has looped it. Back behind him, he has spun it.
Well, Seton and Richards, Fury obviously so annoyed with himself for letting Richards through, rather trying just a little too hard. And on this greasy surface, as we said, light but persistent rain coming down, Fury has spun the number 30 Nissan. And so up front, it's a race in two between the only people that can win the championship, Glen Seton and Jim Richards.
Richards is going to put plenty of pressure on Glen Seton. They come out of Castrol Corner now down the front straight, and here's Richards warming to the pass. Seton, no George Fury behind him this time, and the Rainmaster, Jim Richards, who will keep applying more pressure as the laps wear down to the checkered flag. In here very tight indeed.
And the M3's so good under brakes, isn't it, Michael? It seems to have the capacity to go in about a car's length deeper, which is exactly what happened over the back when Jim got past George Fury. Glen not using his wipers. I wonder if they're working.
Might be. I think he probably hasn't even noticed at this stage. They once again head up to the top of Yokohama Bridge.
We're going to make a couple of points here. Seton went into this race with a 3-point advantage over Jim Richards, but forget that. That doesn't count. Let's just pretend they went into the race even, because whoever finishes in front, and at the moment they're going to finish 1-2 the way it looks, will win the championship. So it's just a question of who's in front at the checkered flag.
Yes, it's fitting that the two guys at the head of the table, the two guys battling out the championship, are now at the head of this race.
Imagine the other dilemma facing either or both of these drivers now, with the question of the weather and a possible change to slick tyres. I mean, Seton can't afford to opt to come in and change to slicks and let Richards take the lead, because the way the weather is, it could just stop like that.
Well, it does appear to have gone away a little bit, the rain. It seems to be that it's drying out again. And I'm sure that would suit young Glen.
The battle for the Touring Car Championship. The face of Fred Gibson, Nissan team manager, says it all as Jimmy Richards, the Rainmaster, hones in on series leader and grand final race leader Glen Seton. Out of the right-hander, up over the top of Yokohama Bridge. And Richards applying all the pressure here on the inside. Seton trying to cover his track stay on the dry area of road through that section. More rain has fallen over this part of the racetrack as they head up to Honda Corner. You'd expect Richards to make a move if he can get right on the tail of the Nissan as they drop down into the left-hander at Castrol. Here he comes. And here comes Richards. Yes, no. And Seton, has he spun it? No, he catches it again. Richards down on the inside. Door handle to door handle this time. Down the start-finishing line. We take race cam. He's there. He looks over his shoulder. Now into the mirror.
Did you see the blue flag there? As if they didn't know they were close.
And here he comes, a reprieve for Glen Seton. Jim Richards throwing everything at this 22-year-old.
That's a remarkable driving performance by Seton to catch the car, hold it there and hold Richards out under so much pressure.
Frank Gardner says, well, maybe next time. There's still quite a few laps left in this one. Seton acquitted himself well, and that their first real encounter in this race.
Team manager Fred Gibson was telling me this morning that he's so proud of his drivers. He says those cars, those Nissans, shouldn't be so quick. They're an engine with it looking for a body, really, because they're not his words, they were my words. The car doesn't have the aerodynamic assistance that the M3 has. The M3 is a motor car that is designed to race. The Skyline is a compromise.
Will they stay on slicks? Should they change to wet weather tyres? Nobody has opted to make that move as yet. The weather looks to be holding off. Just a little light rain still falling, but it won't bucket down. It won't make up its mind. The leading car, Glen Seton, is coming up on Ludwig Finnair, who's in 10th position on the track. So the leaders are about to lap the number 10th car, the number 10th placed car.
Richards down on the inside and spins Seton, pushes him out of the way. Deary me, that was not what everyone really expected of Jim as Glen tries to get it back under control again.
Don't think Richards had much choice though, because Seton was losing it through the corner and he turned himself sideways onto Richards, and Richards really had nowhere else to go.
The short straight now for the approach to Yokohama. Jimmy Richards. Let's have a look. It's waltzing around under brakes, but he turns into the corner. Bang.
Oh.
This could well go to the CAMS Tribunal, the Touring Car Championship.
What do you reckon, Peter?
Oh, yeah.
50-50. Depends which team you were backing.
Nicely put, Michael.
Yeah, I like, 50-50, I guess.
Yeah, 50% of the fans would say an even thing. If you're a BMW supporter, there was nothing wrong with it. If you're a Nissan supporter, it was blatant barging.